Hi, Trish. I wanted to give you some feedback via video because I think it's more effective. And the first thing that I want to show you is a grade report. You can come here and go to draft and preview, and you can get a report of everything that you've said, which is in blue lettering, and anything that I've said, which is in red lettering. And then these are all, the black is all the rubric points. So I want to go over, it looks like to me that you have enough fields and many things in here you've done fine at meeting the requirements for. A lot of people have had trouble with normalization and that kind of thing. So this feedback here is about main tables must address main purpose of your database. And so what I wanted to show you here about your your final project here is that you've got employee information, which is important of the ASC, and you've also got student information. But the point of the ASC is the services that they provide. And so you really should track that information. So like the sessions and things. And anyway, so you're not really tracking that. So I would like to see you add a table that tracks, actually a couple of tables probably that track information about tutoring sessions. It is good to maybe have billing in here, but I think that that's a side thing. The main purpose is the services that they provide, what they actually do. You want to definitely track that. So that's one piece of feedback that I was talking about here. And then we're talking about primary keys. And so this is an appropriate primary key for employee information, and this is appropriate for student. Now billing, I'm assuming that's like payroll, and if that's the case, then just having an S number wouldn't really be appropriate as a primary key, because a tutor can be paid more than one time. And as you have this here, you have only been, you're only able to enter a record one time for one tutor. So the second time they get paid, you're not able to enter a record because the S number is the primary key. So what I encourage you to do is to add a field in this table called maybe billing ID and give it an auto number, and then make it the primary key. You can still have this linked. That's not a problem, but you want to have a different primary key so that you can have a one-to-many relationship, because one employee gets paid many times. At least you hope so. Anyway, and then, and so the primary keys for this would be fine. Now, for other tables, you can have a table, for example, well, let me get back to you on that. Let me go on and go to the next guy. And this is where I see some other issues, is normalization. And this is another way that you can create another table. Um, oops, sorry about that. But anyway, so notice here you've got all these fields, and if you say, does this have a one-to-one relationship? Yes, it does. But course number, starting grade, um, ending grade, um, you know, um, those all have, they're to do with the request that a student is asking, for service. And so they could happen more than once because a student can have more than one time that they need help and come into the ASC. So really, they belong in a separate table. And so you could have a table where you have requests, and you can, with a request ID as a primary key, and you can link it to this table, request ID. And then here, and so then you would put in, you could put end date, start, let's see, end grade, start grade, um, course number, all those things that in the request table, because that would more categorize towards the request. And then here with group tutoring, I'm not sure. Let me see. What did you have? Yeah. Okay. So instead of group tutoring, I would say, something like the service, because the service could be more than one thing. It could be group tutoring, one-on-one tutoring. It could be, you could have a request for conversation cafe, or it could be supplemental instruction. So I would put that in a separate table. But I would have it be more, instead of a yes, no, is it group tutoring or not, it would be the service. Um, and the GPA changes from semester to semester too. So I would say that it would go with a request. And then you can link, and then you could have a table that would have tutoring sessions, or the service that's being provided, and you can have fields about that. Um, I know that I get the sense from this database that um, you haven't it's just still confusing to you. So if you need more support, let me know, and we can schedule not a Skype session, a WebEx session, and go over this together some more. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else I have concerns about? Oh, here, wage/hour. I would say you'd want to have the wage and hour be separate fields, not the same field. And so group tutoring, maybe if they're willing to do group tutoring or not, I'm not sure. Days available, degree name, these are all okay. This is all good. So yeah, work on that as it is, and then we can get together again. You can just let me know when you need, you're ready for more help. Okay.